Alrighty, so how are you doing today?
Not too bad.
Good, so I'd like to know, like, how much damage in water did you have in this building here?
We had almost 4 feet.
About 4 feet, and how did you go about cleaning it up?
Well, it took about 7 of us, and it took us, I think, 2 or 3 weeks to get most of the mud and the sludge off the floor and stuff to walk around in here. Then we had to cut open the walls and strip the insulation and rewire it all and re-put the insulation all back in, and then kind of just changed the paneling and stuff, because at the time, that's about all you could do.
And how high up did the water go up the insulation? Like, if the water came in 4 feet, how far up the insulation?
At least 4 feet up.
4 feet above the water level?
Oh, above the water level? No, I think, because we had the flood, I think it was on either Friday or Saturday, and it wasn't until Monday or Tuesday that we were able to get in here. So as far as, saturating and going up the wall, it didn't. We pulled a lot of it down, and then we just stuck it up, pushed it up into the thing to make sure that we had enough insulation in there.
And of course, the wiring down low, were you able to reuse the wire, just wipe it down and clean it? Or did you have to replace it?
You mean as far as the wood and stuff?
The wiring, did the wiring have to be replaced or
Yeah,
just cleaned?
we replaced the wiring.
Now, what about your breaker box? Did that get ruined?
No, we had to put new entrance and stuff like that though.
Oh.
We had all new entrance, and we ran the wires, high, so. And I raised some of the plugs that were in here, because we had to raise them up a little bit.
I would have even put them up a little bit higher in case it flooded again, the water missing.
Well, if it floods again, I don't think I'm even gonna touch it. I don't think I'm gonna go through all that work again. No. We had, that was an unusual flood.
So what year was the flood?
2013,
2013.
I think it was June 28th, 2013.
Yep. And this is the last building they're tearing down here.
Yeah, it cleans out that shopping center. It's all,
So what do you think it's gonna do to the taxes in Oneida?
well, I think that somebody's gonna have to pay the taxes. I'm sure we're all gonna have to pitch in, and, it's a big burden for the city, all these buildings.
So that's the last building they're tearing down for the,
That's the last one for this year, huh?
no, for all of it.
Is that right?
I do see a few houses around there just vacant, but they're not in the demolition list.
Yeah, it's gonna be some big changes. It almost brings you back to when I grew up, because I grew up right behind the store here.
Yeah.
And that was all garden over there.
Oh, that was a garden at one time?
It was all gardens. There was the not Westcatchuck, but that used to be a coal chute up there, and it used to be where the train would go, like, what do they call them? Like a train station used to be over here.
Yeah.
I remember that when I was growing up, and I remember my grandfather having his gardens over there, and it was all muckland.
Wow, and what year was that shopping center built?
Well, I would say in the 70s,
Oh, so it's not that old.
because I grew up in my father built the station here in 45, the wagon wheel was built in 45. So I think that it had to be in the early 70s or late 60s that it was built.
Okay, now that new addition on the end, that looks like it's not even 10 years old.
No, that was a strip that adjoined Alfred's.
Right.
But that was added to it later on. I'm not sure when that one.
Because I'm thinking that part there that's still standing is only like 10 years old or less.
Then I really can't, I forgot when that was built. Used to be the Great American.
Yeah.
We had the AMP was where the state was, that building.
And what year was the AMP there?
I'd be just guessing. I would say probably back in the maybe sixties,
Mhm.
yeah.
So how long have you been here in this store?
My father started the Malone service back in 1945,
Mhm.
and I joined him in 1960.
Mhm.
So I've been here since 1960.
Wow, so you've been here for a while.
It's going on 59 years.
I was gonna say you didn't look older than 70 at the most.
What's that?
I was gonna say you didn't look older than 70 at the most.
75.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's treated me good. I've been here a long time.
Okay, so you do embroidering and
Yeah, embroidering, screen printing, signs.
I see you sell instruments.
Oh, a few. Yeah, we don't get into the music as much as I used to because I don't want to put anything back on the shelf where the flood's going to get to it again. So I don't keep a big inventory anymore.
But you could raise them up in case it does flood and,
Yeah, I've
Water
had stuff
mist.
in the air. In fact, some of the amps and stuff were up in the air.
so if you get a flood again, it won't hit them.
That would be it for me. I would just say that's it.
Mhm.
We were fortunate to get back in operation, so I've been blessed pretty well.
Now, was 2013 the only time it really had a real bad flood?
Yeah, never had water beyond the sidewalk.
Oh.
Yeah, that was an unusual flood. We've had flood before where my father and I was going down the street, but there was water there where we had an outboard motor and that we were helping some people get out of their houses.
Mhm.
That was back in, I think, the 70s.
But that wasn't really deep like 2013 though.
It never passed the sidewalk, no.
Hmm.
It never passed the sidewalk. When this flood came, right along with it, this was part of the creek actually at that, in 2013.
Yeah. 2013 was a pretty bad flood.
Yeah, that's the worst one. Left a lot of people homeless.
Mhm. And I remember him going up to the shelter to stay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you feel sorry for the people that, lived here, they've been there all their lives, and all of a sudden they had to, I guess that's happening all over the country. I mean, they have to give up everything. I mean, look at California with the forest fires and stuff. That would be devastating. I don't know how you could bounce back after losing something like that. A flood's a little different,
Mhm. So, by the way, what's your name?
Tony,
Tony.
more.
Nice to meet you,
Yeah,
and
same here.
nice talking to you, and thank you very much.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yep.